everybody. Welcome to Relishing the Dead, where we devour everything in the TWD universe and beyond. I'm Barb.
I'm Carol.
I'm Eliza. And we have a very special surprise for you guys. We are so excited to have the fan favorite monster. I know you don't hear that very often. Jamie McGuire, better known as Smiley, from the MGM hit show From.
Yay!
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Jamie. So happy to have you with us.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
And we know it's a little late. You are actually live in Newfoundland, Canada. It's an island off the eastern Maine coast. And Newfie has their own time zone, so it's actually 9:30 where you're at.
Yep.
It's past your bedtime.
Oh, don't worry about it. I've been everywhere from an early bird to a night owl, so.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Well, we are elated to have you on here with us, and hope to have a wonderful conversation and just kind of visit with you. I'm going to let the girls jump in with any questions and conversation starters.
Conversation started. How did you get into it? The show From. Tell us that story.
I went onto a casting website, saw that a creature audition slot was available, so I applied and went for it and got it.
Oh.
Was there any other auditions in there, or you just chose that one?
I auditioned for one or two other things. Then when I noticed the slot for, say, Nightmare Creatures was available, I clicked on it, and that's how it started.
Do you have
go ahead.
Do you have an affinity for horror? Is that what drew you to the creature audition?
Actually, when I was growing up, my family and I weren't really into horror movies. Then when I got into my late teens, early 20s, I started watching horror movies more and more often. But what drew me to From was that it seemed like an interesting show. So I decided, apply for it, wanted to be a part of it. And sure enough, I was lucky enough to be a part. I've been lucky enough to be a part of a great show and meet wonderful people.
What actually got you into acting, Jamie?
Ever since I was a kid, it was the only thing I could see myself doing. Whenever I'd watch any show on TV, be it a cartoon or an action show or drama, or when I would watch a movie, I would just get excited every time I would see it. Then I thought to myself as I got a bit older, it would be really cool if I could get into this industry and if I could make others happy and excited to watch something as excited as I've been to see stuff I have in the past.
Yeah.
I feel pretty lucky and glad to do it.
Well, you definitely have started off on the right path. You are a fan favorite, and
Yep.
I mean, you just are. You are a fan favorite, but you were in a couple of crazy movies and shows prior to From. You played a Neanderthal.
Yes, that was actually my first job I ever did.
That really?
Yeah, that was my first job ever.
And which one was that?
Neanderthal Apocalypse. I got to be a Neanderthal.
How fun was that?
Oh, it was. No, it was pretty good. And yeah, and that's the clip there is the Neanderthals, how they look, say if it was, get how it is exactly, how it is, say, in everyday life.
Okay.
Look at that red hair.
I know. Look at that red hair. That's fantastic.
It used to be a lot longer back then. So now, the first time I was on From, my hair used to be pretty much that long. It'd been forever since I had a haircut. But since I applied for it, I didn't want to cut it too short. Then once I had it cut for my first time on set on From, we didn't, but we were almost thinking of doing a before and after because my hair looked so much different.
Oh my gosh. Then you were also in Hopeless Romantic, a film,
Yes.
and in There You Go. And then Kids versus Aliens. That sounded like that was like a fun, 1980s for us. You probably weren't born.
No, it
Like it was a fun movie to be part of.
no, it definitely was an experience for sure. No, it was definitely it was good. Actually, I'm proud to say that every project I've ever worked on, I'm glad I did it because you just
Well,
get to meet so many people that way, have different roles, and it's just a great experience. They say, you know, do what you love. You never work a day in your life. Every day I'm on set, that's how I feel.
that's fantastic. And we've talked to some actors and actresses that have said, looking back, they're like, oh God, I would never do that again. But everything was always been a learning. I think George Clooney said it best. He didn't learn a thing from success, but he learned everything from failing. And so even the things that you kind of look back on and go, man, I wish I hadn't done that, you still got something from that project that will make you a better actor as you age. Because you got to be, what, 25?
I appreciate the compliments. Believe it or not, I'm actually 30.
30?
30. Yep. Turned the big 30
See,
in
that's
May.
another good reason to move to Newfoundland, and it keeps you young. So, Carol, Barb,
Oh, is she on the phone?
yeah, she's
I just want to
calling.
say that anybody in the comments, if they have questions, just throw them in there. We see
Yeah.
Dawn's in the comments. Dawn Barker couldn't be here tonight. Hopefully she'll just pop in, show her pretty little face. But she has a question. You want to throw her video up or too
Yeah,
early?
we actually have a question. Dawn is our fourth compadre, but like she said, she's working. So I'm going to throw Dawn up and let her ask her question to you.
Oh,
Not, I gotta let her know. She I don't think can't hear it.
I can't, sorry, I can't hear her
Yeah,
either.
we can't hear it either.
Okay, let me see.
That happened with the last video too.
Yeah, it did. So talk amongst yourselves. I'll get it.
Yeah, Dawn's a retail champion, so she's kind of stuck at work tonight. Carol, everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
There we go. I got it. Yeah,
Okay.
I got it.
Take two.
Take two.
Hi, Jamie. It's
Hi,
Dawn. Thank you so much for joining the podcast tonight. And I'm so sorry I couldn't be there. We
no
are
worries
huge
at all.
Crumb fans, and we are so excited you decided to join us tonight. I have a question.
Sure.
Since Smiley keeps me up at night and gives me nightmares, I want to know what keeps you up at night or gives you nightmares. Thank you so much. I hope
No
you enjoy
worries.
the podcast.
All
Bye.
right, nice to meet you. Nothing really gives me any nightmares.
Whoa.
No.
Okay. Have you not watched any horror movie that kind of stuck with you, that made you kind of peer around a tree or anything like that?
Now, I've been surprised by horror movies, but nothing's kept me up at night.
I got
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. There's a man with a clear conscience.
Do you have a favorite horror movie?
I would have to say Halloween would be definitely in the top 3. I do like Nightmare on Elm Street. I love a lot of the classics.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's good.
I would say Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street are definitely in the top 2 right now. And I do like Child's Play.
I was just going to say that's so funny because I actually have Chucky on my wall somewhere around here. But yeah, I love Chucky.
Chucky,
and I do like Fright Night as well.
keeps me up.
And it's funny, I've actually been compared to Chucky more than once.
it.
I've been compared to pretty much almost any horror character and at least 3 different versions of Joker. So,
Oh wow.
Well, let me tell you what, hon. I mean, they're missing out if they don't ever put you in as a lead role of the Joker because
Yeah. I can see it.
You require no makeup. Look at that smile right there. It is.
Yes, I can see it.
yeah, I've seen a few people comment and post. It's like, this is how he actually looks. Oh, jeez. Makeup.
Speaking of makeup, I think we may have a picture of you when you morph into the actual creature.
Let me get to it.
Yeah.
There
Oh,
we
yeah.
go.
How long did that process take?
I would say roughly 2.5 hours, give or take,
Okay.
depending on how much would be put on me and giving and considering how much would be needed for certain scenes.
Okay. So was this a prosthetic mask that they made for you, and then they would do additional makeup, or was it full makeup from the beginning to end?
Again, it would depend on what the scene would call for. Sometimes it would be just makeup and the fake nails. Other times it would be full prosthetics with fake nails, and sometimes it would just be just makeup or just prosthetics, depending on what the scene called for on that particular day.
Okay. That's fantastic. Do you
Well,
have
I don't know about anybody else, but I'm telling you what, Jamie. Smiley is definitely fuel for some serious nightmares, because that smile of yours, it's great on the camera now, but watching you on television in the series, holy crap.
No worries. I've had friends and family say the exact same thing to me. Even my closest friends and family, whenever they watch it, it's like always transforming. It's like, guys, it's still me. So I know. It's like I like you. You're a great guy. Just I can't see it right now. They put their hands up to the screen, going, okay, and it's over. All right, okay, there. He's Jamie. He looks more like Jamie again. So it's all right.
I mean, I would love to see your school pictures, because I know that smile is in every school picture from kindergarten all the way up, and it would just be fantastic. And please know that we adore you. And did you expect to become a fan favorite? And like everybody was like, no, they cannot kill off Smiley.
I never expected to be a fan favorite. I think the role Smiley became a lot bigger than anyone anticipated, to be honest with you. After the first season of From ended, I decided to join From Facebook groups because I enjoyed working on the show and I wanted to know more about it, see what it would involve. Next thing I know, I see my own picture that someone else whom I don't know posted on it saying, geez, this guy freaks me out. Or it's like, why did I have this on my screensaver? Or better yet, why did I look at it on my screensaver at 3 a.m. with this guy on it?
Yeah, I get it.
I think the name Smiley, I guess a fan, or I forget how it came to be, but I guess the nickname Smiley just came up and it stuck.
Yeah.
Well, we have a lot of artists in the family, so we're gonna have to get some of them to draw you for us.
Yeah, we gotta have some Smiley art. That's for sure. That's for sure. There are rumors afoot that Smiley may come back.
I can't comment on that. Sorry.
He cannot confirm nor deny. Y'all heard it here. Breaking news. Breaking news.
Right. We respect that, Jamie. We respect that.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of just thinking about the show as Jamie. Oh yeah, there we go. Creepy. I love it when he's on the bus.
That
No,
kid.
that was definitely one of my favorite scenes. That and the rail one.
Oh yeah.
They're looking over the rail.
That one.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Those got to be my two of my favorite scenes.
Those are the products of nightmares right there. Dang.
Dawn,
I can tell that you like Halloween. You move so methodically, just like Michael Myers. No rush. I'm gonna get there. I'll get you.
And smiling the whole time.
Smiling the whole time.
Yeah.
Dawn in the comments says, was he considered like the lead of the group of creatures?
Initially, I'm not really sure if that's how it came to be. I guess after season 1, I don't know if Smiley was the lead, but definitely one of the more popular creatures for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Vanessa Raposa says you totally belong on the big screen.
Oh, hi, Vanessa. Thank you very much.
And Regina says, what a smile.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So as Jamie McGuire, do you have theories about what is going on in the show?
Not particularly, no. I just like it with shows like this. I just like it to be a nice surprise when I see it for the first time.
Okay.
So,
So
do
have
you
you?
watch yourself?
I beg your pardon?
Do you watch your episode? Do you watch the show? Have you watched it?
Oh yes, I've watched from.
Okay.
It's okay. I don't scare myself. So
That's what keeps you up at night yourself.
Right.
But not
No,
yourself.
it's like, oh, it's no big deal. I've seen myself in the mirror when I wake up in the morning. I can handle this, so I'm good. It's like, it's all right. I've seen myself with bed heads. Looks like I got huge bags under my eyes. Like, okay, yeah, I've seen this every morning. I'm sure I can watch myself on screen transforming or not. So
That's
There have been a lot of, theories about what is actually going on in the town, that it's a game being played between a witch and the demon, and that the creatures are part of the demon trying to, kill the people. So it's kind of like a chess game with the actual people. Um, and there's been discussion that they are able to morph or take on almost like a skinwalker appearance of people who may have been familiar in the past. So it's not like we're big into zombies in The Walking Dead. So it's not like you come back as who you are, but that the person that they're able to kind of morph into people that other people might recognize. Did you hear that, or have you heard that?
I did hear a few people speculate that.
Yeah. Have you watched any of The Walking Dead? Are you into zombies?
I haven't seen any of The Walking Dead, but I did watch the most recent Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live.
There you go.
Growing up, zombies never appealed to me right away at 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I heard that you ladies were fans of The Walking Dead, I've actually had a few friends say they enjoyed it. I didn't have a chance to watch any episodes of The Walking Dead, but when I heard The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live's coming on, I thought to myself, no, I should record this, give it a shot, and see what it's like.
Yeah, that's good.
After I looked up The Walking Dead, I decided, it'd be a good idea. Just see what it's like.
Yeah, it's a good show.
I'm glad I did it too.
Yeah. Well, and as our counterpart Dawn said, it's amazing how the Walking Dead fandom are just stupid crazy about From. I mean, we're like all over it. And I was wondering if what you thought that we would have such an intense love for From if we're zombie fans, but maybe it's just the ideal of survival.
Yeah.
I would say it's a bit of both. Because I can see some similarities between Walking Dead and From. And then when I watch The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, I'm like, okay, yes, I can see how that's similar, and I can see how fans of From would be fans of The Walking Dead, or fans of The Walking Dead would be fans of From.
Oh,
yeah, because it's more about the people, not necessarily the monsters in both shows.
Yep.
It's about the survivors in From, and it's also about the survivors in The Walking Dead. It's how people face conflict. And I think that whole survivor mentality it draws people in. So
yeah, you want the four of us in the apocalypse if it ever happens, because we know what to do.
We've been training for 12, 13 years. We got this.
You ever get the chance, you must binge watch the entire series though, because it's pretty cool.
I think you would enjoy it.
But if I ever see a tree across the road, Jamie, I'm not coming to look for you. That's all I'm saying.
All right, no worries.
A burning question: colony house or town?
I would have to. No, it's a tough one. I would have to go town. Nope. If I was a family man, I would have to go town. Being single, I would go colony house.
Yeah. I think it was it Donna's character that said the only thing y'all think we do up there is fucking drinking and smoking. So
not completely untrue. So.
Yeah, we had Liz on about a month and a half ago. Yeah.
Right. I did see that podcast episode. I wanted to see because when you asked me to be invited, I figured I'd look it up and see, and I heard that Liz was on it, so I watched that episode, and then afterwards I enjoyed it and wanted to get in touch.
You
And
said
she's
we're not as crazy as what you thought we would be. So, what are you, without going into any kind of detail, do you have other projects in the works now?
I can't comment on that. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. But hopefully we can see you someday soon on the screen.
Yeah.
Are you doing only productions in Canada, or are you looking also down into the States?
Right now, I would say looking into Canada. That said, if I were ever invited for a project in the States, I would have no problem going.
That's
I
great.
always say, should I ever get the part for an audition, no matter where it is, I always say, sign me up, suit me up, tell me when and where, I'll be there with bells on. I love the industry and I love to travel.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's a good answer.
fantastic.
Because I've actually been, because recently I've been to, actually, I was in Florida, not work related. I was in Florida back in November, and I've been to California twice before, and I've been to New York a few years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now all you need to do is come to Georgia,
Haven't
and
done
you'll
Georgia
have all
yet,
of
but I have been to New York.
all of the industry locations kind of touched, because Georgia has become such a huge epic center for filming.
Right.
Nice, for sure.
That's fantastic. Well, Jamie, how do you prepare yourself for an audition? Is there anything you do specifically to psych yourself? I know that you guys will get sides sometimes that give you a little bit of information, or if it's a speaking role, some dialogue. What do you do to help get yourself into that moment?
Whether preparing for auditions or going over lines when I'm on set, so aside from reading the dialogue and again in my head and in a few different ways, I'll sometimes listen to music for what I think would be fitting for that scene in my head to help myself into the right mindset and mood.
Okay. That's great. In looking, we noticed that you play a lot of sports. Were you very active in sports during school?
Basketball here and there, a tad of football just for one semester because I moved, and outside of school, a fair bit of hockey.
Okay. If you're a Canadian, you've got to play hockey. I think that's just kind of like one of the genetic things that gets passed down. If you're Canadian, you play hockey.
Well, I wasn't Gretzky, but I did what I could on the D line. So. No. So I wasn't Bobby Orr or Chara or Gretzky, but I held my own on defense. So.
Nice.
That's fantastic. Did you have a special connection with any one particular person on set?
Not particularly. Everyone that I met on set was so fun to be around, accepting, just polite, professional. Really, the whole cast and crew were just phenomenal to be around and work with.
That's great.
So I couldn't really pick any favorites because from day one, we would go introduce each other, have fun on and off camera. It was every minute was just fun, whether we were doing a scene or just talking during breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Like its own little family.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
With your character as Smiley, most of your scenes were night shoots, correct?
Yes.
How late did you guys go into the wee hours of the morning for your shoots?
I think the latest I ever worked had to be, I think I remember leaving one night, 3:30 in the morning. I'm not sure. Either that or, yeah, I'd say around 3-ish, give or take. So I remember it being 3:30 in the morning when I got home and cleaned up. And then I didn't get much sleep afterwards because I was that excited and tired. So maybe I rested 3 hours when I got home and then just, okay, I'm sleeping the rest of the day unless they call me back in. So
Right.
Is a lot of the filming done? I know that when we visited with Liz, she told us, the town, the whole town, Colony House, was created for the show. How much of the actual filming was done there on site versus like in a studio lot?
I really can't say because I've been both in that place and in the studio.
Okay. But like your Colony House scene, that was actually in Colony House?
I'm afraid I can't discuss that.
Oh, okay. Okay. I guess that would give away too much of the inside. Um, I know that, they're filming season 3 now, and their filming schedule got bumped because of the strike. And their challenging effects right now are weather related. Just knowing Canadian weather, even in Nova Scotia, the winters are rough. Were you guys mainly filming in the summertime, or did you guys? Because I'm trying to figure out how they're getting rid of snow on set, and they've got people out with hair dryers melting it or something. So did you guys mainly film in the spring and summer months when season 1 and 2 were going on?
Usually that was the time frame. I'm glad to say I don't think I ever had a winter scene there.
Yeah.
Now, of course, there have been nights where it was a bit chillier here and there, but I mean, to me, I like it that much. Just dress warm, you'll be okay, right? So, but no, normally when I was working, it would be say spring, summer, maybe the fall. I can't say what the schedules for the other people,
Yeah.
the schedule for others are like.
And I know for a fact, because my first summer in Winnipeg, I was at a barbecue and it felt like it went on forever. And I looked down and I'm like, my watch said 10:30, and it was like barely dusk, you know. So I know that you guys have very long summer days. So you probably did have to start shooting really late to get a night scene for you.
Well, for creatures, we always waited until, say, the sun went down or was just about setting.
Right.
Usually, because that's when we come out. So
And start smiling.
Dawn asked, who is your inspiration as an actor?
it's different for different genres of movies, but all in all, I would have to say some of my favorites included Clint Eastwood, Tom Hanks, Jimmy Stewart, and Jack Nicholson.
Nice.
Oh, the older ones.
Man, you ran the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Now, for horror itself, I would have to go Vincent Price, Boris Karloff, Tim Curry, and I knew there was another one. Oh, and Bela Lugosi would also be there too. And I've known a few other. Oh, and Chris Sarandon did wonderfully in Fright Night.
Yes.
And Foul Play.
Well, Carol is officially in love with you.
I am. Tim Curry is my absolute end all be all. So
one of the
And
very
if you
few
got
actors
married,
I
she'd
know
probably
who has
propose.
such range where he can be both funny and creepy for different roles.
yes, and gorgeous and a bustier at the same time. So
Zanib asked, how hard is it playing this role? Or playing the role of Smiley? How hard was that?
I enjoyed it and really didn't find it that difficult.
I wouldn't have either. I would have had fun. I would have had
Just put on the smile, get myself in the right mindset, and just follow direction. And there we go. It was just a lot of fun.
I mean,
Jamie,
when you're
why do you think
smiling the whole time on camera, it's not that difficult to break. You know, you're breaking character. You're still smiling.
Now, sometimes I would have to give my jaw a break whenever they would say cut, but that would rarely happen. It's just like, and cut. Okay, there we go. That's only if it's for a lot. I haven't had to massage my jaw yet, but it's like,
Jamie, why do you think the creatures just take the organs of people? What's Jamie's theory on it?
He can't discuss
I'm not really
it.
sure. I can't comment on that, but if it's just the organs, well, I'd say it'd be good protein, lean plants. Well, I can tell you, I know Smiley and the other creatures like it on the rarer side. As Jamie, personally, I prefer it to be a little more well done. But
Oh my God. A little steak tartare for them.
Right.
The organs are the best part. Come on now.
there you go. Well, they're good for you, lean enough. So
Oh my God. That's so funny. That's going to be like a new diet. Eat the
Organs?
organs. Eat the organs.
Call it the Smiley diet.
Smiley diet. There we
Yeah.
go. The Smiley diet.
I think Hannibal like to beat me to that one, but I'm not sure.
James.
Or wait, or is Smiley just sort of the version of it's like an organs only diet? So
Yeah.
with the nightmare creatures, an organs only diet. So.
I can just see that. It's going to kick the paleo and Weight Watchers out. Organs only diet. This message approved by Jamie, McGuire, and Smiley.
Yeah. Regina
That'd be
said
funny.
you have to drink it with
Two different steak commercials with certain sauces and spices.
right?
Meanwhile, just like this, it's just like it'll be a medium rare pleasure knowing you. It's like it's a rare pleasure knowing you. Medium rare.
Medium rare.
Oh yeah, Regina. Tell her what Regina was going to say.
Regina said that you have to eat it with a glass of Chianti and some fava beans.
Ooh.
Yeah.
A little nod to Silence of the Lambs. How great is that?
He earned that Oscar for sure. He enjoyed
Yes.
it. I think that was one of the first, if not the first, horror-related movies that actually won Best Picture.
Yeah.
It's probably true.
Probably.
And it's such a psychological thriller, which is what I think From is as well. It's a psychological thriller with a little tinge of horror to spice it up.
For sure.
Little rare organ meat.
A little rare organ meat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know that I was like, of all the creatures that they could have gotten, they didn't have to get Smiley.
Yeah.
Now in my brain, I'm just thinking these creatures don't have a leader and they're just going to run amok next season,
Aren't they already running amok though?
During acting on the set, do you have any embarrassing moments, maybe some kind of scene that stuck out in your head, maybe some fun behind the scenes with your family on there? I say family, but your actor friends.
No,
Something that sticks out.
I don't think anything was embarrassing. I remember one time I was on set while we were taking a break. It was funny because we were all chill, just taking it easy. And then I won't say who, there was this one person who was laughing so hard whenever we were on break or whenever whenever they would look towards my direction. After everything was said and done, I went up to the person and I asked, if you don't mind my asking, what was so funny the entire time? Because none of us could figure out why this person was laughing. And finally they said, it's so weird how freaky you look when we're doing scenes, yet when we're just taking it easy, you're so calm to talk to. It's so, how is it so mellow and easy just talking to you offset, yet on camera, you're scaring the pants off everyone. So almost everyone. So.
I can see that either being Ricky He or Cordion saying that to you.
Yeah.
No comments.
No comments.
No comments. No, I won't say who, but that was probably one of the more memorable off things. My favorite scenes, of course, were the bus and the banister, and definitely the bus scene. The bus scene I enjoyed. The banister, I just did almost full Shining Joker moment, looking over the banister. It was almost. I didn't actually say this on or off camera, but with the blood coming. Oh yeah, with that, it's like here. I think someone actually commented once, here's Smiley, and then
So, was this written in the script for you to do this, or did you just do this?
I'd have to give credit for the writers and the crew. I just followed this direction.
It's just nuts. Jeremy Bennett said that the bus scene was amazing. Yes, we agree.
No, I enjoyed that too.
And I think what was so fascinating about the bus scene was you in the driver's seat, just touching the wheel, turning the lights, and that was just so creepy. It was almost childlike, how a kid would get in there and play with the wheel and turn the lights, and then, oh, he hears something, and oh hell, shit's gonna go down.
No, you
Yeah.
read my mind because it felt playful and creepy at the same time while I was doing it. So yeah, so I agree with you completely on that. I really enjoy it. Oh yep,
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
that's the
You
end.
see this sauntering towards you in the middle. I just can't.
Nope.
Oh, this was another fun day too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, do tell.
Well, without going too much into detail, I just enjoyed it and how I had to walk during that thing. And I've seen memes and posts joking about how it's like, is he going into a club or something? Or is he walking into a nightclub looking like this? Or
Well, you kind of look like a zombie. You kind of look like a walker off The Walking Dead, kind of coming in like that.
I'll take that as a compliment. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sure your family are incredibly proud of you.
a lot of them are still creeped out, but yes, they're happy for me.
Yeah.
Actually, a friend of a friend, one time when I was visiting, they looked and they said, "Okay, I can't look at you anymore and not think of the show." So,
Yeah.
but and this isn't me in makeup or in Smiley. I'm just wearing regular clothes, just saying hi to the person. It's like, "Hey, good to see you again." It's like, "Okay, I can't look at you and not think of the show." So it's like, "Well,
Well, take
yeah."
that as a compliment, love.
Oh,
Take
I
that
do.
as a compliment.
I said, "Thank you." As long as I don't scare you right now, taking it easy. So.
Dawn wants to know if you or the other people in the show would do any cons, or have you done any cons yet?
I haven't done any conventions yet, but I would welcome the opportunity for sure.
Is there any place that your fans can write to you for autographs?
I don't really want to give that out at this time, but I appreciate all the compliments and everything the fans have done, says. I really appreciate all the respect I've been given and all the respect the show has been given and everyone associated with it.
Well,
And to
you
anyone watching, listening, reading, I just want to say thank you for all the kindness, and I really appreciate what you've all said about myself, about the show, just everything. Thank you. So, and I know I just really appreciate the compliments I've received.
no, and
And
it
I
makes,
hope we continue to keep watching the show because I really enjoy it too, working on it and watching it.
oh,
Big
oh,
following,
yeah.
especially from the TWD universe. There's so many people that have, in the interim, waiting for our spinoffs and stuff for our characters on The Walking Dead. Finding another show that we can get invested in is huge.
Yeah.
So, and knowing that we've got a creature like Smiley that can keep us up at night, or look at our phone and see it on the screen at 3 a.m. in the morning and creep us out. We dig that kind of stuff. So,
And I think it was Dawn who actually kind of introduced us to the show. And she's like, just watch the first episode. And after that, it was like a binge-a-thon. And it was like, we can't. And then we were kind of stuck. We were like, crap, what?
Yeah.
So we are huge fans of the show. I know several of us and many of the fans have watched it multiple times.
Yeah.
And we're trying to figure this out as much as the people in town and Colony House are. And you are an exceptionally talented young man, and I hope to see so much more of you in the future.
Yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
And like she was saying about the conventions and stuff, we always go not only to conventions to see people from the Walking Dead universe, but we go to horror events, scare fest. Actually in April here in Nashville, Tennessee, they're having a tattoo and horror festival, and a lot of different genres come to it, no matter what it is. So we hope to see you guys there one day.
I appreciate that. I've been in Nashville a few years ago. It'd be cool if I went there again.
It's in April.
Be careful when I went there again. So so I've been to New York, California, Tennessee, and I've been to Vegas, Nevada twice. So
there you go. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yep.
I'm there for my 21st birthday, so not gonna lie. That was
There you go.
Oh Lord, then it really stays in Vegas.
That
Well,
might be
there
an
you go.
off-camera question there.
That's fantastic. Well, the fans I know, and we had mentioned this to Liz, is the fans would love for the crew to start to do conventions.
Mhm.
And we know that there's several that do a Canadian circuit. Not a crew, but there are several fan conventions that go east to west coast Canada. But man, you've got a fan base down here in the States that's
Yeah.
just crazy, and we would travel to see you guys.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that.
Our brother Wesley said that he was a huge fan of Lost and he loves From. Have you ever heard that there's kind of a parallel between Lost and From? Do you kind of get that feeling? Have you ever watched Lost?
No, I haven't watched Lost, but I've heard a little bit about it, and I could see how there are certain similarities.
Yeah. A lot of people have compared it to Lost meets The Walking Dead with the creatures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Miramar says your sweet personality shows how awesome of an actor you are.
Oh, thank you.
yeah, he's so cute and so adorable and sweet on camera on our podcast, and then go and watch From, and you're going to creep out. You're going to get creeped out.
When he gives you that smile, you're in trouble.
That's right.
I appreciate that. It's funny how I've been compared to so many different people and all like different characters, not just horror, but in general. I've been compared to Jack Nicholson more than once as Joker or Nas. And I'm trying to think. I've been compared from everything to Chucky, Riddler, Joker, Howdy Doody. I think one person's did it once.
Oh, wow.
And,
Lord.
and I think when I do the huge smile, there's that Jim Carrey's Grinch where he's smiling at one point. Someone posted that once and put it as a GIF, if I'm pronouncing it right, as a GIF on one of the poster or the groups. I'm just like, it's like, okay, I do like Jim Carrey. I'll take that as a compliment. So
Right. So when you joined that From group, did anybody recognize you in the group? Did they know it was you?
not right away, but I don't think it took people that long. It did take a while to see. It's like this. It's like, no, it's not him. It's some faker. And
Yeah.
no, it's not the real him. It's just like, is this really? It's like, yes, it's really me. And I wasn't gonna send a video or
Proof of life.
video audition video. It's just like, it's me. So just.
That's funny.
And then it took a while. Then people eventually like, yes, this is really him. So.
So we
fun.
see your beautiful smile right now.
Yeah.
Show us Smiley's smile.
I like this game. No,
I like this game.
That's funny.
Still going.
There it is. Oh God, that's so funny.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna have a hard time sleeping tonight. Thanks.
You're welcome. So
You're welcome.
I'm just playing.
That's funny.
I definitely can see the Jack Nicholson comparison. Jack Nicholson is Jack Nicholson because he's got this great smile that has landed him so many roles.
Oh, for sure. The smile, the slick back hair, and the raised eyebrows on occasion just works for it. And I remember, I think the first version I saw of the Joker was him doing Jack Nicholson. And one of the most memorable ones is where spoiler alert to who hasn't seen it, where he kills Jack Palance's character. And
Yes.
it's like, Jack, you call me Joker. And see, I'm a lot happier. And then he just laughs and spoiler alert to who hasn't seen it. And whoever hasn't seen it, I recommend it because
Oh yeah, but you're right. He can just do that smile and raise those eyebrows, and it's like that's it. It's all over.
That's fantastic.
So Mara says you are terrifying and adorable at the same time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So true. It's so true.
Yeah, I want to put him in my pocket, but I'm going to keep an eye on him at the same time.
Marianne says, love from, and you are perfect on it. Hope we haven't seen the last of Smiley.
Oh, thank you, Marianne.
Yeah, people are adoring you for sure.
Yes, you have a huge crowd of people who are just loving on you in those comments.
Mhm.
I love it.
Yeah.
So do we,
Go ahead.
No,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Nope.
Nope.
Go ahead, ask away.
Your birthday is
Ow!
Sunday. Your birthday is Sunday, so you go first.
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say, you travel how far from where you are to where you had to film? What kind of distance was that for traveling? Was it easy for you, or was it a long? I don't
Oh
know.
it wasn't that big of a deal for me to travel from where I had to be. So
Okay. Because I know that we have a lot of friends that are background actors that were on The Walking Dead, and some of them lived in Michigan, and were driving to Atlanta just for a few days. And so I didn't know how far of a trek that you were making.
no, be it a flight or a drive, it wasn't that long, and of course I've lived in. The longest I've ever stayed in one place is 9 years because I moved around a lot as a kid. So for me to go from one province to another, or from one time zone to another, it makes no difference to me, especially when it's doing something I'm looking forward to do, or it's doing
Right.
something I love, work or not.
That makes sense. Absolutely.
I think the longest time zone I've ever had to travel was from either Halifax to Vegas or Halifax to Ireland, because from Halifax to Vegas, it would be 4 hours. Vegas is 4 hours behind, whereas Ireland is 4 hours ahead of Vegas, or Halifax, where Ireland is 4 hours ahead of Halifax. So I've been in a few different time zones, so it doesn't make that much of a difference to me.
Gotcha.
And I don't sleep much anyway, so it doesn't take me. So jet lag doesn't bother me that much. So
Jamie,
yeah, sure.
you are crazy. From Newfoundland to Nova Scotia is 25 hours. That is not an easy travel.
From Newfoundland to Nova Scotia on a flight?
Oh, on a flight it's 2 hours.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, from ferry and driving, I could understand how that would be a lot longer.
That's 2 hours. I'm like, he's like me. Oh, it's no big deal. It's just a drive.
Yeah.
You said you moved around a lot, like as a kid. Do you have siblings?
Most of my friends and family are here in Newfoundland, and I do have relatives that live in New Brunswick. And I also have friends that live in Ontario, Alberta, and some are now in BC.
Gotcha. Do you have brothers?
And I know people from Winnipeg.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
Only child and proud of it. So, but only child and proud of it. But I got enough great cousins to make up for it. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. Jamie, are you familiar with the gentleman by the name of James Lipton?
The name's familiar, but I'm not 100%.
And he has since passed, but he had a show that you can find on YouTube, and I highly recommend you go check it out. He did a show called Inside the Actor Studio, right. And he would interview actors from, he even had some of the ones that you like, on. And at the end of all of his interviews, he had a list of 10 questions that he would ask them. And they're kind of one-word questions, just kind of the first thing that comes to your mind. And they were very profound. And so we like to end our show by asking our guest the James Lipton questions. But before we jump into that, does anybody else in the audience have any other wonderful questions for Jamie?
Maria asked, do you have any funny fan interaction stories? Have you met any weirdos other than us?
I have not. I'm proud to say I have not met any weirdos. But I've actually had two encounters spring to mind right away. About a year or two ago, there was one person I was doing another project with at the time. And I had no idea who this person was. They came up and said, "You look so familiar. Where have I seen you before?" And I didn't know what to say to this person. And then this person asked, "So what have you been on recently?" So I told her, without going into too much into detail, that this person later found out that I was on From. It's like, that's where I know you from. Okay. And so sure enough, we introduced ourselves as introduced each other as ourselves, and sure enough, we've been friends ever since.
Oh,
And
that's
more
nice.
recently, I was visiting family in New Brunswick. Then on my way back home to actually, I had to drive to Halifax to get a flight to Newfoundland. There was one person that I came across in the airport. They came up to me and says, like, "Oh my God, it's like, is it you? It's like you're Smiley, aren't you?" So I was like, "Hi, I'm Jamie. Nice to meet you." It's like, "Oh, it's you. Oh my God, can I please get a picture with you?" I was
Aw.
like, "All right, sure, no problem." And then, meanwhile, people were passing, and then this person was telling. I was like, "Okay, do you not know who this is?"
Yeah, no.
And this is this person's words. I'm not doing anything except saying, "Hi, nice to meet you," and it's just like it's like he's on From. He's one of those creatures, and it's just like you got to watch it. It's on Paramount Plus. You got to watch this show. It's like he was on this. It's like or he's on this show.
That's how we are about the show. We're like, are you kidding? You don't know what this is? You've got to watch this show.
Yeah.
Because when this person was asking him a picture taken, it just said no problem to be polite. People were looking at, I guess me in particular, like had 10 heads between the smile and how the interaction was. This person just looks like, okay, do you not know who this person is?
And
So
that's what we would do if we were in an airport. We'd be like, what? You don't know who he is? Come on.
No, that's got to be. So as far as interaction stories go, that's got to be pretty amazing and funny and interesting all in one. So because I didn't see it coming.
We
I didn't see
thoroughly
that coming at all.
expect
So
to
it's
see
just
so
okay,
much
cool.
more of you. Yeah, we expect to see so much more of you in the coming years.
Thank you.
And we will be so honored to say, we knew him when,
Yes.
you know.
Oh no, I won't forget you. So
Ladies, you have any other questions for him?
No, I think we should we go ahead and do the Lipton questions because I have a feeling his answers are going to be extremely interesting.
I agree. All right, Carol, we'll let you lead us off.
All right. So, Jamie, the first question's kind of a biggie. And if you're comfortable answering it, you can. If you're not comfortable answering it or saying the word, that's okay too. But we want to know, what is your favorite curse word?
oh, the F word is definitely the front runner. So and no, front runner is not the F word to whoever's listening. So the swear word is the F word. We all know what it is. So
Yes.
That's great.
Right. What other than curse words, what is your favorite word? There's no right or wrong answers.
That's all right. Sometimes when I clean it up, instead of saying the F word, I say, "Oh, you." It's like, "Ah, you shagger. Ah, you little bugger." All right. So just don't really have the favorite words as such. So, but I do throw in a few substitutes, so it's more less R-rated swearing. You know?
Gotcha.
And of course, being from Newfoundland, we have a few sayings like "yes, bye, best kind."
What's your
Oh,
least favorite word?
Don't really have any least favorite words.
Okay.
Well, there's not really a word per se I don't like. So, well, no, say regular words I don't like. Any slurs or prejudices like that, I'm not a fan of at all. But no, there's no words that I don't. There's no real words I despise per se.
but words of hate and slurs and things like that. That's great.
Right, with those, I have a low tolerance.
There's too many of those to name. I understand that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Anyhow, but no, my favorite swear word's got to be the F word, hands down. Just
Barb?
What turns you on?
I would say sense of humor and kindness are definitely two big turn-ons for me.
Excellent. What turns you off?
Rudeness and intolerance.
Perfect. Okay. Love it.
Yeah,
if you can have a dinner party, okay. If you can have a dinner party and you can invite 3 musicians, dead or alive, who would they be?
It would have to depend on what kind of dinner party, but the 3 that would come to mind that I would love Well, if they were alive, Bing Crosby would have to be one of the three for sure. I'm trying to think who
Yay.
else would I have to. It's tough to narrow it down to just three: Bing Crosby, Frank Sinatra, and I would have to think who else.
Wow.
Phil Collins springs to mind now and then. And well, actually, Phil Collins, I do like his work. I'm trying to think who else. Those are the three that are jumping out right now, but I know there are others. So
I just love you, Jamie. You are an old soul, baby.
He
You
is,
are
right?
an old soul.
Yeah.
You
And
are
this
an
dinner
old
party,
soul.
they're not serving organ meat. So it's
You are an old soul.
thank you.
And I know you answered this earlier, but for the people who came in late, I'm going to ask it again. I wasn't going to, but if you can have another dinner party and your
Sure.
favorite actors or actresses, dead or alive, 3 of them, who would it be? 'Cause I know you answered some of that earlier.
No worries. Oh, and I thought of other musicians as well, but I'll circle back to that after. So 3 actors I would love to meet down the road, be it dinner or not, even if it's out for drinks. Clint Eastwood, Tom Hanks, Jack Nicholson. If they were alive, I would definitely have a drink or two with Bing Crosby or Jimmy Stewart. Other more recent actors, and well, I mean, I can't really say no to Elvis. So
Yeah.
there's someone else in mind. I'm trying to think of it. And it's hard to narrow it because I love different genres of music, different genres of film, others that are coming to mind right now. So for musicians, when it comes to female musicians, Kelly Clarkson, Carrie Underwood, and Pink spring to mind right away.
I'm coming to his house for the party.
All right, there you go.
no, you fell in love with him when he said Elvis. So
I know. I just fell in love with him when he said Elvis. But you are an old soul, and I absolutely love that about you.
It's hard to narrow it down. I'm just trying to think of the first great ones that spring to mind right away because there's so many to choose from. It would almost be, if it would be A, B, or C, can I just say yes and then have them all?
Yeah.
Well, that's
Look,
what
Liz got caught on it too. She couldn't figure out who she wanted to have.
I didn't even get the question out. She was like, oh, fuck.
she was like, "Can I have more than one party?"
Yeah.
And I always find it interesting on the internet where even if you would have to pick, say, it's like you pick 3 horror icons, but one has to go. I'm just like, can there be a 5th one that's lesser known that I can say no to, or just I like all of them.
I like all of them.
Yeah.
All right, Carol,
What am I asking?
the noise.
Oh, okay. So what sound or noise do you love?
I love, believe it or not, I love hearing the sound of old grandfather clocks.
Aw,
See, I told you his answers were going to
because
be interesting.
I have 1 or 2 at home. I just love hearing it every time.
That's cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
What
And-
sound or
And believe it or
noise?
not, even though I'm known for horror, to those who don't know, Christmas is my favorite time of year, with Halloween being getting to be a closer and closer second. So,
I know. I've
was
seen
like-
your Christmas outfits.
oh yes, Yeah.
His Christmas.
dressed for the occasion. So,
What sound or noise do you hate?
I can't really think of a sound or noise that I hate in particular because being everywhere, just hearing different noises, different sounds, just reminds me of different places I've been.
That's good.
Yeah.
What profession other than acting would you like to attempt?
I really couldn't see myself do anything else other than acting, but it would be great if I were to become somewhat of a pro athlete. In what sport, I don't know, but if I were able to, I would certainly try to be an athlete.
Well, you're right at
But
six,
acting
you're
is
right about 6. You're right at 6 feet, aren't you?
6'1".
6'1". What profession would you never want to try?
I'm trying to think of it. There's not many I could think of that I wouldn't say no to because I'm currently in the profession that I love most of all. So I can't really say anything I would say no to in
And
particular.
your last question, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates? I love your smile. That's what he's going to say.
That would definitely be great. Honestly, I would be so welcome if God and I were to meet for when I go to the pearly gates. It would be an honor just to meet him and any positive, friendly interaction would be amazing in itself. Even if it's a simple hi, welcome to have you here.
That's
Nice.
awesome. That's awesome.
It has been an absolute pleasure to have you here tonight.
Yes.
I tell
Thank you very much. And I've really enjoyed meeting and talking with all of you.
We'll definitely have to have you back again when you get other projects going that you can discuss a little bit more. And we love you. You're a precious old soul, and we are so grateful that you were with us tonight.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And I look forward to when this gets released, so to speak.
Oh,
And-
it's live, baby. It's live.
no, I know it's live. I mean, for all to hear, say if it's YouTube or if there's certain podcasts.
No doubt. It'll be on YouTube, Spotify, on our Facebook page, and we'll do clips on Instagram. So absolutely.
Yep.
All right, sounds great. And
All right.
I look forward to And I look forward to it. And thank you. It was great meeting you all. And hopefully sometime down the road, it'd be great to chat with all of you again.
Then we will, and we'll stay in touch, Jamie.
Thank you,
All right.
Jamie.
All right,
Thank you,
Have
love.
a good one.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Take care.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye,
being
everybody.
with us
Thanks for
tonight.
watching.
Bye-bye.
See ya.